Hello and welcome to Motors for the Masses, and what is the third part of the Project 400.
Cafe Scrambler,
Oh yeah.
the hybrid. As you can see here, we have a set of carbs. Now it's not rebuilt, it has been cleaned out enough so we can get the bike started today. A new kit has been ordered and it's on its way. Unfortunately it's not here yet, otherwise these would have been rebuilt. But that is coming up in a future video. So, the main plan for today is...
Get that back on with a bit of fuel pipe, go and get some fuel, and see if we can fire this baby up.
And then we're going to take some parts off.
Yes.
And we've got some new shiny parts again to show you. So, let's begin!
Like putting it all away and going out.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
So we're in from out and we're back to play with this. First of all, replace the fuel pipe. Pretty straightforward. Undo this screw. It's got like a metal P-clip on it. Somehow lever it out of the way. I need to cut this. That'll take a moment. And we have bought ourselves a nice new piece here. And for the purposes of this,
Costs £4 for a metre.
£4 a metre. That was probably a little bit expensive. So I'm just going to shove this on here. With a little bit of luck that'll actually go on. So there we go. Fuel hose is shoved on the nipple. I have put the springy thing on, but it's so tight I'm not going to worry about it too much. So now, whack the carb back in where it's supposed to be and connect the fuel tank up.
So now we're just going to put the carburetors back on and then hopefully run some fuel through and fire it up.
Oh, this is hard to push in as they were to pull out.
Alright, how about you go on that side, I go on this side and we try and wiggle it at the same time, ready?
Squish it.
It's on.
Is it on? Right.
Yep.
Just got to go the rest of the way now then.
There you go.
Sounds good. What is this thing? It's underneath here. I'm just going to loosely measure up a bit of pipe. There's no point in having a metre of pipe where only a foot is required. And 30 centimetres for you European types. Wiggle that on there. Boom! Or metaphorical boom.
Metaphorical boom, yes, which is like a boom but not quite as boom.
Yeah. Okay, so let's pop a little bit of petrol in the tank and get the float bowls filled up.
Brilliant.
Sweet!
This is just normal unleaded, of course. In 1978, 4-star was what was required, but we don't have 4-star, and we're not putting an additive in just to start it up. It'll run fine.
Well, I'm hoping to see some fuel dribble out the bottom of the bowls as they fill up, but I don't know if I'm doing it right, to be honest. Don't know whether it needs to be cranked over in order to get vacuum to suck the fuel or what. I don't know.
So with petrol in, you're undoing the float bowls, but nothing's coming out.
No, but then I don't know if that's how it's meant to work.
So maybe, like you say, it's just going to be a matter of crank it over and see if the vacuum creates a...
Yeah, we'll put the choke on so it drags a bit more fuel and hopefully it'll...
Okay.
Okay, so let's turn the ignition on then.
So we're now about to start it for the first time. Been 20 years. We've got everything we think set up. The carbs are back on, fuel is coming through. Fingers crossed. First time in 20 years. What do you reckon?
I reckon it might pop and splutter a little bit.
Shall I kick it or electric start it?
Let's kick it, save the battery.
Right, okay, are we ready?
Yep. Okay, let's pull one of the plugs and see if we've got fuel in the cylinder.
Well, what do you expect? It has been standing for nearly 21 years. we'll come back to this.
I'm guessing that a fairly big issue is that we didn't actually screw the spark plugs in and we left them loose last week.
Ah, right, yeah.
However, there is
petrol on?
moisture.
Okay. Well, let's try.
Let's try putting those in. We might have more than one cylinder.
Right, okay. Okay, so spark plug screwed in. Take 2. Fingers crossed again. Come on, old girl.
Not too much.
I'll give it a tiny bit of throttle. I'll try the electric.
So we squirt at the same time.
Alright.
Right, ready?
Yeah, go on. Oh no, I need to kick it while you do that.
Alright, on it.
Nope. We'll be back in a minute. Take 3. Oh! Come on! Oh!
Hey!
Oh, come on!
It always seems to be number 1 that makes it go a bit. Right.
Oh, no.
It ran.
That's enough!
It ran.
Congratulations!
That sounded pretty damn good too.
Oh, it ran. I'm happy. That'll do for now.
We've run out of electric. I think maybe the spark's probably weak as well on here.
Now, of course, it is going to get better because we're going to strip it down and we're going to rebuild it, put a carb kit in it and rebuild it. So it will run, of course.
Just not today, by the looks of it.
He's not happy with that little fart. I'm happy. 4 cylinders fired up, it ran. Can we get this our money back on this easy start? Because it's not working.
No, it's not very easy, is it?
No. Come on then. Not going to do it.
Not going to go, is it?
No. Okay, we have plied it full of electricity. Let's go again.
Some electricity.
Yeah, some minimal.
I don't know whether it'll crank. I might have to do it on the
Electricity.
kickstart. I'm going to try the kick button anyway. No, it doesn't work. Whereas kick it. Good start.
Oh. Bad finish. Oh!
It ran again. And a bit more.
It wants to go! So we know it runs, and we're going to come back to that and give it one more try before the end of this video. For now, let's strip the bike down. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the front mudguard, and this is a 5mm Allen key. Simple. It's just 4 screws. And then it's just 2 screws down here and 2 screws up here, and the mudguard will be off. So with those screws undone, this just slides out. Like so. Just leave it like that.
Look mean like
Looks
that.
fine.
Get a little tiny one that goes there like that.
Well,
Done.
not sure whether to cut this one down or get a purpose one to go over, but it's only going to be about this big, really. Just a token one.
Make something out of that
Yes.
and then paint it or something or wrap it.
Now with the rear, what we find is that a lot of these things are Allen head bolts. So we just need to undo this that holds the indicators on, the 2 on the top, and it should then come out. Oh, it's slid in at the side as well, so we'll do that as well.
The quite nice thing about this bike is that as it's been apart before, and then stored in a shed for so many years that everything's pretty nice and clean and
yes,
not
things
too
aren't
bad to deal with.
rusted on.
That's a heavy old indicator, that.
Yeah, well, that's going to disappear. Why is it when you drop a bolt you can never find it?
Is it a nut?
Or that, yeah. Oh, right, there it is.
It went the other side. I'll do your swap. Ugh.
It's in two pieces.
There's washers falling out all over the place.
Yeah, me too. God, how many washers they put on this? 1, 2, 3, 4 washers and a nut. Is that necessary?
Apparently so. That's the brake light and everything gone.
I think with this it just slides in the side there. It should.
Yeah, we can lift it up.
Yeah, there you go, that's it.
And then back down again. Push
No,
it down.
it's this side it's slid in.
Yeah, push it down. Could go back down.
It's already out.
Unhook.
That's it.
There we go.
We might use this just to protect under here, but it needs cutting down because of course this bar is coming off as we're going to put a wraparound bar for the new seat. It's looking very different, and this tyre is looking ridiculously small.
Yeah.
Next is this indicator bar. Now we are going to need this part of the bracket because it holds the light in, but we'll modify that later. For now, 2 bolts under here, again Allen key heads, one down here holding it onto the forks. Take that off and then later we shall split it so we can still use this for the headlight.
Spanner or a socket, actually.
So for this to be able to come off, the speedo or rev counter cables have to come out of the way, so we just unscrew those and indicator wires, unplug, and bye bye to this. We will not be needing that part again, but we will be needing that part again.
Yes. With the bar out the way, these bolts also double as the clock supports, so we can now get that out of the way. Gives me access to this switch barrel, which I need to get apart and work out. I mean, I could use a wiring diagram, I suppose, but just work out which pins do what, so when we put the new key ignition on, it does what we want it to do. Brilliant.
So just unscrew and the barrel slides off, yes?
I hope so. That's the plan. Yep, there we go, that's off. So now we can figure out what these terminals do when you turn the key, and then when we put the new ignition switch on, we can make sure it does the same thing. There you have it, a bit crusty, and we have no key.
That knocking, by the way, isn't us. We haven't got Jeremy Clarkson hidden under there with a hammer. So next is the chain guard. We just need an Allen head bolt here and a nut up here, chain guard coming off, and then we can measure the distance to see what kind of tyre we can stick on the back here. So 5mm at the back here. And we're off.
Hey.
Bye-bye. So here the bike is now stripped down. Next video we'll be stripping the engine down and taking the exhaust off. And for now we're going to try and start it one more time just to see if it'll go. So, fingers crossed.
I don't think we're getting fuel
No.
enough.
Okay, let's stop for now and investigate next time.
But it has fired, it is running.
We're happy. So you had another idea. Tipping the tank up seems to allow the fuel to flow a hell of a lot more freely. We're just going to give that a go just in case it is that. So at this point we have our special guest to help us unwrap the new handlebars. Pull! Keep pulling! Pull! Pull! It's going to take a while.
Slowest ever unwrap.
See them.
Yeah, keep going. Pull! Pull!
Oh, no. Whoa!
Done.
Finished!
Yeah. Got some handlebars in there.
Oh, right. There you go. Ride a motorbike.
Don't drop.
Off you go. Stop. For the handlebars, we've gone for a straight-ish drag bar with a 1-inch kickback. And this was £17, I believe. £17 on a popular auction website. And these will go in place of these. They're slightly longer, but all we're going to do is snip an inch off either end, and it's going to be the same width. So for the rear lights we've got these, and we've got 3 of these, but we'll show you what we're going to do with them later on. So they're the same as the indicators, but they've got a red lens instead of orange. Amber, sorry. And that brings us to the end of this episode of Motors for the Masses. Thank you very much for joining us. Next time we'll be back with stripping the engine down, but in the meantime we've got some more videos coming. We've got a modern car security experiment coming up, so watch out for that. And we've got the AGS Cadwell, of course, and more cars. And we're coming up to our 5,000 subscriber giveaway, so watch out for that one. And
We had a request for a blooper reel, but we'd already had that sort of planned anyway. That will be coming with the celebratory 5,000 subscriber thing.
yes, it's quite amusing, so watch out for that. And we'll see you again soon. Until then, ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye.